Alpine's Hemp Company. Gummies, seltzers, syrups, and more. Treat yourself to the best.
Welcome in. I'm Jason Savage in for Rob Eastwood here on the WHKY News. Let's take a look back now at some of the top crime stories we had for you during the week of October 18th through the 24th.
Thanks, Rob. A Morganton man was charged with drug offenses following a traffic stop. 59-year-old Darren Keith Colvin of Morganton was arrested October 14th by Burke County Sheriff's officers. He's charged with felony counts of trafficking opium or heroin and possession of methamphetamine, along with a misdemeanor count of possession of drug paraphernalia. Investigators issued drug warrants for Colvin on October 13th. On October 14th, deputies conducted a vehicle stop on a green 2000 Buick Regal, identifying Colvin as a passenger. He was taken to the Burke County Magistrate's office and served with the warrants. Initially held at the Burke County Jail without bond, Colvin appeared in court on October 15th, where a judge set a $160,000 secured bond and rescheduled his court date for November 3rd. The operation involved collaboration between the Burke County Sheriff's Office, Morganton Department of Public Safety, and NC State K-9 units. Reporting for WHKY, I'm Ariana Mack.
A Newton man is charged with a break-in with intent to terrorize. 31-year-old Justin Kyle McVickers was arrested by authorities in Catawba County. He's charged with breaking and entering to terrorize or injure and domestic criminal trespass. Following the Monday arrest, McVickers was incarcerated in the Catawba County Detention Facility under $500,000 bond. No court date was listed. A felony drug charge has been filed against a Burke County resident arrested by authorities in Catawba County. 40-year-old Matthew Dean Weaver of Hildebrand was arrested by Hickory police. He's charged with felony possession of Schedule II controlled substance. Weaver was placed in the Catawba County Detention Facility Monday morning under $3,000 bond with a district court date scheduled the same day. A Lenore woman has been charged with tampering with evidence. 61-year-old Malia Carol Coffey was arrested Thursday by Caldwell County Sheriff's officers. She's charged with felony counts of alter, destroy, or steal evidence of criminal conduct and possession with intent to manufacture, sell, and deliver methamphetamine. Coffey is additionally charged with resisting a public officer. Bond was set at $115,000. Man arrested on a local drug trafficking charge is also wanted by federal authorities. 37-year-old Rodney Justin Crisp of Connolly Springs was arrested by Burke County Sheriff's officers. He's charged with felony trafficking methamphetamine. On October 13th, deputies were dispatched to a disturbance at Dollar General on NC 18 South in Connolly Springs. Deputies were told a man forced a woman into a silver sedan with a black hood. The vehicle left prior to officers' arrival. A short time later, a vehicle matching the description was found at Miller Bridge Express on Miller Bridge Road. Deputies conducted a vehicle stop and identified Crisp, who was wanted on federal drug indictments. Deputies saw the female in the back seat of the sedan having overdose-like symptoms. Medical aid was rendered. The woman then declined medical transportation. Deputies conducted a search of the vehicle and found approximately 46 grams of meth and U.S. currency. Crisp was charged with the local meth trafficking count. He was to be turned over to the U.S. Marshal Service. 55-year-old Stephen Allen Little was arrested by Burke County Sheriff's officers. He's charged with felony counts of possession of a firearm by a felon and possession of methamphetamine, along with a misdemeanor count of possession of drug paraphernalia. On October 15th of this year, a Burke County Sheriff's deputy conducted a traffic stop on a Nissan truck after observing suspicious behavior, according to police. The officer discovered that the vehicle displayed a fictitious license plate as it entered the I-40 East ramp from South Center Street. The driver, identified as Stephen Allen Little, was found to have a suspended license and could not provide a valid registration or proof of insurance. During the investigation, a concealed handgun was found inside the vehicle. A search revealed multiple clear plastic bags containing a crystalline powder substance, 2 bags containing a green leafy material, and various items of drug paraphernalia. Little was arrested and charged. He appeared in Burke County District Court October 16th. The case was continued until November 6th.
A Harmony man is facing multiple drug and weapons charges after a traffic stop in Troutman earlier this week. Troutman police say they stopped 62-year-old Charles Young's vehicle around 1 a.m. in the 100 block of Charlotte Highway. During the stop, investigators say they found methamphetamine and 7 concealed firearms inside the vehicle. Young was taken before a magistrate and ordered held on $15,000 secure bond. Being charged with possession of Schedule II controlled substance, simple possession of marijuana, and 7 counts of carrying a concealed gun. Young has a district court date tomorrow. And over to Catawba County, a Hickory man is behind bars after deputies say drugs and paraphernalia were found during an investigation. 53-year-old Bill Ray Davis Jr. of 29th Ave Drive in Northwest Hickory was arrested and charged with trafficking opium, felony maintaining a vehicle or dwelling for controlled substances, and possession with intent to sell or deliver marijuana. Davis was booked into the Catawba County Detention Facility. I'm David Cedrone, WHKY News.
A Morganton man was charged with drug offenses in Catawba County. 31-year-old Darren O'Neill Fisher of Crescent Woods in Morganton was arrested Sunday by Hickory police officers. He's charged with felony possession of Schedule II controlled substance, possession of drug paraphernalia. Fisher was incarcerated in the Catawba County Detention Facility under $1,500 bond. A district court date is scheduled for November 10th. Also, a Conover man is charged with vehicle theft and firearm offenses. 38-year-old Brandon Scott Hicks of NC 16 in Conover was arrested Friday by Hickory police officers. He's charged with larceny of a motor vehicle in Alexander County and possession of a firearm by a felon in Catawba County. Hicks is a felon as a result of a conviction in March 2023 in Catawba County for possession of Schedule II controlled substance. Following Friday's arrest, Hicks was jailed in the Catawba County Detention Facility under $18,500 bond. District court dates were scheduled for Monday, October 20th in Alexander and Catawba counties. And a Hickory man charged with felony theft offense, 23-year-old Anthony Calvin Payton of 5th Street Northeast in Hickory was arrested Monday by Hickory police officers. He's charged with felony larceny. Payton was jailed in the Catawba County Detention Facility under $4,000 bond. A district court date is scheduled for November 10th. I'm Ariana Mack reporting for WHKY News.
34-year-old Cecil Ray Traylor Jr. and 35-year-old Tara Melinda Jackson, both of Highway 16 north of Conover, have been charged with murder in connection to the death of 76-year-old David Mize. Traylor is also charged with 2 felony counts of flee to elude arrest with a motor vehicle, one from Catawba County and one from Burke County, along with several additional offenses. On Tuesday, deputies with the Catawba County Sheriff's Office responded to a residence on Swinging Bridge Road in reference to a welfare check request. That residence is owned by David Mize. Deputies made entry into the home after being unable to get anyone to the door. Deputies did not find anyone at the home but discovered signs of foul play. Investigators responded to the Swinging Bridge Road residence and they initiated their probe. That investigation led deputies to a location in Caldwell County where the body of David Mize was found. Traylor and Jackson were confined without bond at the Catawba County Detention Facility. Following their arrest, they were scheduled to appear in court on Thursday. You can get more details and updates on this case at our website, WHKY.com.
That's correct, Rob. 53-year-old Han May Lynn and 49-year-old Jai May Lynn, both of Edmond, Oklahoma, and Tanya Nicole Carney, 48-year-old Frederick Wayne Carney, and Traquan Jaquez Dulin, all of the same Delight Loop Statesville address, were arrested by Iredell County Sheriff's officers. Han May Lynn is charged with felony conspire to traffic controlled substance. Jai May Lynn is charged with offenses including 2 2 counts of felony trafficking Schedule 4 controlled substance and felony conspire to traffic controlled substance. Tanya Carney is charged with offenses including felony counts of trafficking Schedule 4 controlled substance and conspire to traffic controlled substance. Frederick Carney is charged with offenses including felony counts of possession of a firearm by a felon and conspire to traffic controlled substance. Doolin is charged with felony conspire to traffic controlled substance. Over the past month, narcotics detectives with the Iredell County Sheriff's Office have conducted a long-term surveillance operation at an address on Delight Loop in Statesville, following an anonymous tip about suspected narcotics trafficking. On October 16th, detectives saw 2 vehicles arrive at the residence and deliver several large packages consistent with drug trafficking activity. After the vehicles left, members of the Iredell County Sheriff's Office Interstate Criminal Enforcement Team conducted coordinated traffic stops on both vehicles. During the stops, deputies identified the occupants as Jaime Lynn and Hanmei Lynn, both of Oklahoma. A search of the vehicle uncovered more than 50 pounds of marijuana and a large amount of U.S. currency. In total, detectives seized over 84 pounds of marijuana, multiple firearms, U.S. currency, and several vehicles connected to the investigation. The investigation remains active, and additional charges are possible as detectives continue to process evidence and work with state and federal partners. Reporting for WHKY, I'm Ariana Mack. A child pornography investigation led to the arrest of a Statesville man. 22-year-old Nicholas Allen Salkill was arrested by Iredell County Sheriff's officers. He's charged with 3 counts of felony second-degree sexual exploitation of a minor and 2 counts of felony third-degree sexual exploitation of a minor. On September 2nd, 2025, the Iredell County Sheriff's Office received a cyber tip from the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children containing 3 files of possible child pornography. The suspect was identified by the Special Victims Unit as Nicholas Allen Salkill. During the investigation, it was learned that Salkill was possibly using the social media platform Discord for the purposes of downloading child pornography. A search warrant was obtained for Salkill's social media account, and police obtained evidence of downloaded child pornography. Based on the evidence collected, an arrest warrant was obtained for Salkill. Bond was set at $100,000 secured. I'm Ariana Mack for WHKY.
Huntley Springs man is facing a long list of charges after deputies say he's tied to both a break-in and a utility box fire over in Burke County. Deputies say 25-year-old Douglas Allen Shuford Jr. broke into a garage on Winkler's Road earlier this month, stealing several tools. Surveillance cameras caught a silver SUV at the scene. Then about a week later, crews were called to a utility box fire near Eichard Elementary School. That fire knocked out service to roughly 40 to 50 Brightspeed customers. Investigators say the video from the fire showed the same silver SUV nearby. When deputies tracked it down to Shuford's home on Span Hill, they found several stolen items connected to both cases. Shuford later turned himself in. He's charged with several felonies, including breaking and entering, larceny, and possession of stolen goods. His bond is set at $50,000. Over to Hickory, a woman is facing several drug and breaking and entering charges after her arrest over the weekend. Police say 39-year-old Jennifer Ann York of Hickory was taken into custody on Sunday by Hickory police officers. She is charged with trafficking methamphetamine in both Catawba and Alexander counties, along with felony maintaining a vehicle for a controlled substance. York also faces charges of breaking and entering in possession of drug paraphernalia. York is being held in the Catawba County Detention Facility under a $151,000 bond. York's due in court on December 8th in Catawba County and again on January 5th in Alexander County. I'm David Cedrone, WHKY News.
33-year-old Shane Dalton York of the Rockingham County town of Madison was arrested by Iredell County Sheriff's officers. He's charged with felony human trafficking and 2 felony counts apiece of statutory rape and indecent liberties with a child. On October 13th of this year, the Iredell County Sheriff's Office received a report involving multiple sexual assaults against juvenile victims. The crimes were reported to have occurred between January of this year and this month in northern Iredell County. During the investigation, the suspect was identified as Shane Dalton York. Detectives learned that York used his involvement with the rodeo community to form relationships with the juvenile victims. As the investigation continued, a detective also discovered that York had victimized juveniles in both Stokes County and Davidson County. The Davidson and Stokes County Sheriff's Office were also involved in the investigation. On October 17th, investigators arrested York at his residence in Stokes County. Detectives from all three counties conducted an interview during which York reportedly confessed to the crimes. He was placed in the Davidson County Detention Center under a $3 million secured bond. He remained in jail as of earlier today. The investigation is continuing and additional charges are expected.
43-year-old Afton Mackenzie Rash and 41-year-old Christopher Michael LaPlante, both of the same Old Fort Sugar Hill Road in Old Fort, were arrested by Iredell County Sheriff's officers. They're both charged with felony counts of larceny, injury to utility wire or fixture, and conspiracy to commit felony larceny. On Monday, a deputy responded to Hickory Highway regarding the theft of fiber optic and copper wire, which had caused a temporary service disruption in the area. An AT&T technician reported receiving an alarm for a cell tower outage and discovered a man loading large sections of cable into the trunk of a Toyota Corolla. The technician was able to take a photo of the vehicle before it left the area. The officer found approximately 30 feet of fiber optic cable and 30 feet of copper wire valued at about $4,500. Through further investigation, Deputy Betts identified the vehicle and determined the registered owner to be Afton Mackenzie Rash. The suspect's vehicle was identified along with the individuals involved. Deputies in McDowell County found the vehicle at a residence and identified a second suspect, Christopher Michael LaPlante. Officers also found wire and pipe cutter inside the vehicle. Deputies from the McDowell County Sheriff's Office arrested Rash and LaPlante on Tuesday, October 21st, and transported them to the McDowell County Detention Center. Both appeared before a magistrate and received a $15,000 secured bond. I'm Ariana Mack reporting for WHKY News.
Two people in our area are facing some serious charges in two separate cases, one involving drugs in Lenoir, the other a child exploitation investigation in Statesville. In Lenoir, police arrested 50-year-old Lisa Michelle Moses of Hopper Ave on Monday, October 20th. Officers said she's charged with possession of intent to manufacture, sell, and deliver methamphetamine and maintaining a vehicle or home for controlled substance. Moses was booked into the Caldwell County Detention Center under a $20,000 secure bond with a court date set for October 22nd. Up next, over to Iredell County. Deputies arrested 21-year-old Kyote Shung of Statesville. This is after receiving a cyber tip from the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. Investigators say it's the search of Shung's social media accounts uncovered child sexual abuse material. He's charged with second and third degree sexual exploitation of a minor and is being held on $75,000 bail. A court date has been set for November 4th, and an investigation is still underway. Authorities in both counties say additional charges could be filed as the cases move forward. I'm David Cedrone, WHKY News.
A Hickory man is charged with drug offenses and with violating parole. 31-year-old Darshay Jamal Nichols was arrested by Hickory police. He's charged with trafficking opium or heroin, possession of methamphetamine, possession with intent to manufacture, sell, and deliver Schedule 2 and 4 controlled substance, simple possession of Schedule 2, 3, and 4 controlled substance, possession of drug paraphernalia, and parole violation. Nichols was released on parole in July of this year after being convicted on felony drug and firearm charges in Catawba County in May of 2023. He had served just over 2 years in prison prior to his release. After being jailed in the Catawba County Detention Facility Thursday morning under $800,000 bond, he awaited a district court date the same day. A Florida man faces drug theft and firearm charges in Catawba County. 23-year-old Kyren Rashad Lawrence of Jacksonville, Florida, was arrested Tuesday by Hickory police. He's charged with robbery with a dangerous weapon, trafficking opium or heroin, possession of stolen goods, possession of a stolen firearm, simple possession of Schedule 4 controlled substance, and carrying a concealed weapon. Lawrence was incarcerated in the Catawba County Detention Facility under $250,000 bond. A district court date is set for November 12th. A Hudson woman faces drug charges in Alexander County. 40-year-old Alicia Ashley Kirby of Smith Lane, Hudson, was arrested by Taylorsville police. She was charged with felony possession of methamphetamine and later found to be in possession of meth at the Alexander County Detention Center. The contraband was reported to be hidden in a private area. Kirby was also charged with felony possession of controlled substance on jail premises. Misdemeanor possession of drug paraphernalia on jail premises is another charge that was filed. She was placed in custody without bond following the arrest.
The Burke County Sheriff's Office is seeking a suspect wanted on incest and statutory rape charges. 27-year-old Pascualito Mejia Mendoza has outstanding warrants in Burke County and has not been located by law enforcement officers. The charges against him are 2 felony counts of felony incest with a child and single counts of first-degree statutory rape of a child. Mendoza's last known address is 100 Wilson Drive in Morganton. Anyone with information as to their whereabouts is urged to contact the Sheriff's Office at 828-438-5500 or email burkesheriff@burkenc.org. I'm Ariana Mack reporting for WHKY News.
The driver was identified as 30-year-old Rachel Caroline Franklin with passengers 36-year-old Bradley Neal Holt and 31-year-old Teresa Elaine Bryant. Deputies requested assistance from a North Carolina Department of Adult Correction Canine Unit. Upon arrival, the K-9 conducted an exterior sniff of the vehicle and alerted to the presence of narcotics. A subsequent probable cause search revealed approximately 135 grams of methamphetamine and various items of drug paraphernalia. As a result, Rachel Franklin and Teresa Bryant were each charged with felony possession of methamphetamine and misdemeanor possession of drug paraphernalia. Bradley Holt was charged with felony trafficking methamphetamine. All 3 individuals were transported to the Burke County Magistrate's Office, where Franklin and Bryant each received a $25,000 secured bond and Holt received a $100,000 secured bond. Their initial court date was set for October 23rd, later continued to November 13th of this year.
A Hickory man faces drug charges. 48-year-old Odaria Dante Glaspie of 12th Street Court Southeast in Hickory was arrested Thursday by Catawba County Sheriff's officers. He's charged with 2 counts of trafficking in methamphetamine, felony maintaining a vehicle, dwelling, or place for controlled substance, and conspire to traffic methamphetamine. Glaspie was jailed in the Catawba County Detention Facility under $450,000 bond. A Friday district court date was scheduled, and a Claremont woman charged with multiple counts of larceny, 23-year-old Emily Grace Cole of Oakshade Court in Claremont, was arrested Thursday by authorities in Buncombe County. She's charged with larceny by changing price tag and 2 counts of misdemeanor larceny. Cole was incarcerated in the Catawba County Detention Facility under $2,200 bond. A district court date is scheduled for November 18th. Much more from the crime report at WHKY.com. I'm Ariana Mack.
2 Catawba County men are facing separate felony charges following arrests made yesterday. Deputies say 40-year-old Kenneth Lee Travis of Rocky Mount Road in Granite Falls was taken into custody by the Catawba County Sheriff's Office. Travis faces 7 counts of trafficking methamphetamine, 2 counts of felony maintaining a vehicle, a dwelling for a controlled substance, and 1 count of conspiracy to traffic meth. He's being held at the Catawba County Detention Facility under no bond. District court appearance was scheduled for today. Also arrested same day, 20-year-old Joanna Davis Robinson, 17th Street Northwest in Hickory. He was picked up yesterday by Catawba County authorities. Robinson is charged with felony breaking and entering. Being held in the Catawba County Detention Facility under a $3,000 bond. His district court date is set for November 17th. Both investigations are ongoing. I'm David Cedrone, WHKY News.
On Tuesday, September 30th of this year, the Lincoln County Sheriff's Office received information from the Federal Bureau of Investigation Hickory office about a child sexual abuse material investigation. Upon receiving the information, the Lincoln County Sheriff's Office began working the information and with FBI agents. On October 1st, search warrants were executed on the residence of Nolan Nance as well as his person. Multiple electronic devices were seized. Upon execution of search warrants on the devices, illegal images were found on devices belonging to 43-year-old Nolan Kyle Nance, again of Vail. Nance was charged with 8 counts of second-degree sexual exploitation of a child and 8 counts of third-degree sexual exploitation of a minor. On Friday, October 24th, Nance was taken into custody without incident and brought before a Lincoln County magistrate where he was given a $250,000 secured bond. This has been our weekly review of some of the crime stories we had for you during the week of October 18th through the 24th. The weekly summary is posted every Saturday on the WHKY YouTube channel, along with our top stories, the crime report, local sports, and community focus. For Rob Eastwood, I'm Jason Savage. Thank you for watching the WHKY News.